My name is Daniel. I'm from TamTam, and as the other guys on the stage today, we are a digital agency, and we do make websites, we make apps, and we make stuff that people want to use and that companies want to give to their customers. But today I'm not going to talk about this. I'm not going to show any case of what we do. I'm going to talk about the future because that's something I like to talk about today. And the future is about mobile. We're already living in the mobile era, but it will be more mobile than even now. So, what about mobile? At this moment, I'm using these apps on my phone. One slide back, sorry. These apps on my phone. And every app I have to check again. So I have to go into one app, close it, and go to another one. And every morning I check all my apps to get all the info I need for that day. And my phone feels a little bit like a Swiss knife. I have a lot of tools on the phone, a lot of apps, but they are kind of separated. Every tool does its own thing, but it's not one big thing together. And is my phone really smart? I mean, my phone didn't went silent when I'm giving this presentation, while my phone could know that I'm giving this presentation right now. I don't know about your phone, but my phone doesn't feel actually that smart. And there's also another thing. My phone gives a lot of push messages and notifications all the time. I'm getting constantly information on my phone, and most of this information isn't that relevant at all to me at that moment when I get it. So my phone isn't smart also in delivering the right information on the right time. And as we move forward to a future where there will be even more devices, we will have more and more of these notifications and interactions, which kind of make my life complicated, more complicated instead of better. So if you look into the future, we will have more and more smart devices. And already now, I could say I have too much notifications and too much data on my phone to handle. Sometimes my phone is a burden. I don't know about you, but I find my phone sometimes really a thing which I have to manage and to check to be up to date. And when we move forward to the next upcoming years, we are expecting that we will have 14 connected devices per person in 2025. And all those devices, they are demanding attention from me. They're demanding me to look at them, to see the notifications, to turn my thermostat on, to see where my car is, where my connected fridge is standing, and what is in the fridge and stuff like that. And it's kind of too much to handle for us. So we are actually already in an era where we have digital friction. We are coming from an era where we didn't have digital in our pocket. Now we have digital in our pocket, but now there's a new problem, digital friction. So what do we have to do about this as designers? We were talking today that designers can improve the world. I don't think I can improve the world a lot, but maybe I can improve a little bit the way we use our phones. And I want to share with you my opinion about how our phone is going to look like in a few years. And these things we want to solve. So first of all, we have those contained apps. You have to go to every app to check your information. You have to open and close and open and close, like at least 10 apps a day. You're getting a lot of information from all those apps, from all those smart devices. And it's not really smart. Not yet really smart. It's a phone. There are a lot of tools in it, but it's not a smartphone if you look at it. So how's it going to be different in the future? One development which we see is Google Now already. Most of you maybe know it. It's actually a timeline where different apps give different information. So the weather is in there, traffic information is in there, and if you have airline tickets, they will be in there as well. But not a lot of people are using Google Now right now, but something changed recently. Google Now opened up Google Now for 70 other apps, and those are the apps behind me. All those apps are able now to give their content into Google Now. So I don't have to go to the app to check the score between Ajax and another club. It's in there in Google Now. I don't have to go to Airbnb app to check if my house was booked. I can see it in Google Now. So Google Now is starting to be an aggregator for all different apps. So I don't have to go to every single app again. I just check Google Now. So instead of going to these small containers, in the future we will have more of a timeline where all those apps are giving me the right information. I don't have to go to every app, but it will go to one place and there the apps will give their content to me. But there's another thing. If every app is pushing their content into Google Now, there's a big chance it's going to be very full in this Google Now timeline. Or maybe on Apple, on a different name, but we don't know yet. So we will also have to find smart ways of filtering and delivering of the content. And smart ways of knowing when which update is relevant for me. So for example, I was on holidays and when I was on the beach, my Nest thermostat gave me my monthly report on energy usage. I mean, I'm interested in that information, but not on the beach in Costa Rica. And so we have to find new ways, design new ways, how we're going to deliver the right information in the right moment. And that is where AI comes in, not IA, but AI. And AI is a thing that people are quite scared of, especially when guys from Tesla tell you that you should be afraid of it. But I'm actually not that afraid of it at all. I expect that we will have AI running on our phones in the next 5 years, and we already have them running on our phones a little bit. I'll tell you more about it later on. But what is AI? AI is actually a system which can think in a way humans can think. So software which behaves like a human being, who can interpret or understand situation, who can look at photos and understand what's in the photo, who can look at the context where you are at, like on the beach in Costa Rica, and understand that this is not the right moment for giving the Nest report to you on your phone. So, and the main thing about AI is it's able to learn. It's able to learn and to get to know you. Where normal software is only able to do the things which it is programmed to do, AI software can learn from your behavior and from what you're doing and get better from it. And in this way, it's open and unrestricted. It can learn more and more and more and get better, better and better every day. And most times in movies, we talk about AI as a scary future thing, but it's not that far away, actually. We're already using it on our phones. I will show you one example later. And there are many, many types of AI which can help us. These are a few types which are pretty known. But for example, the last one, moving and manipulating objects, my Nest devices at my home are able to do so. They're able to change the temperature in my house. So it's already a way of technology that connects to the real world around me. But also things as human language. We are already using Siri or Google Now. We're talking to the phone, and the phone understands us pretty well. That's also a simple way of AI. But the most known form is the Google car, which I don't know, I like it a lot, and this is the design of the car. And what it does is that it learns from its experience. You cannot program a car to cope with the complex world. If you would have to program every situation in this complex world, you'll be busy for ages. But the car is learning itself. It's driving around, and every new situation is giving back to the back end. And in that way, all the cars are learning from the experiences that the car has in the real world. And that's, I think, AI, and we will have it on our phone. And one example which is working really, really good is Spotify Discover Weekly. It's a playlist for you. It's your personal playlist that Spotify makes for you every week. And in there is music which you definitely gonna like. And I'm using it already for 4 weeks, and it does an amazing job. And it's based on learning what I did the last 4 years on Spotify. It knows what I like, and based on this knowledge, based on learning, it gives me a weekly playlist which I really look forward to on the Mondays to listen to. So if you use Spotify, try this because it's really amazing. And behind this system is an AI scanning the music library, learning from you, and recommending music to you. And in that way, AI will eventually solve digital friction. AI will filter which emails you will get now and which emails you get later. AI will filter which notifications you're getting now or which are not relevant to you. And AI will help you manage the clutter on all those different connected devices. How? We don't know yet for sure, but in upcoming years will show us how. So through AI, we will have a smart selection and the delivery of content and updates. So my Nest report will be waiting for me when I arrive home and not when I'm on the beach in Costa Rica, because the AI of my phone knows that I don't want that. But not only the way we read content on our phones or update ourselves on the phone, and not only the way the information is delivered to me will change, also the way we interact with our phones will change. We are used to apps right now. If you open up an app, there are a lot of buttons in the app which you can press. There's a menu button where you can go into. And if you, for example, take your banking app, you have a lot of options, but it's all in menus and in buttons and in forms. But if you look at what we do now on our phones, one thing we do most, and that's chatting. We chat a lot with other people. And Facebook saw this, and they released Messenger for Facebook, and they separated it from Facebook because they saw it's getting so big, Messenger will be bigger than Facebook itself. We chat way more than we do on socials. And maybe chatting is social. But one cool thing they did, which not a lot of people noticed, and that is they introduced Messenger for online shopping. So if you have a shop where you see this button, you can press it, and then the whole checkout flow, including paying, is done in Facebook Messenger. So you don't have to make an account for the web shop. You go from a web shop, you go to Facebook Messenger, and the whole conversation or the whole flow, paying, giving your address, tracking your item, and even maybe sending it back or asking a question to customer support is done through chat. In this way, chat is getting a new function for you, and you're not staying in the web shop where you have to make an account and stuff like that. But they did also something else. Recently, they released M. And M is a personal assistant that sits in your messenger if you live in California. They're testing it right now in California. We cannot use it, unfortunately. And if you open up the chat with M, M will ask you, how can I help you? And it's actually kind of a Siri, but instead of voice, it's using chat. And the thing is, chat is feeling much better for interacting with machines than voice. Voice, even after 4 years of Siri, still feels awkward, while chatting with a machine doesn't feel awkward. Try it yourself. And through M, you can do a lot of things. You can order gifts for your girlfriend. You can book a restaurant for the evening and stuff like that. And behind this thing is AI working for you. And if the AI doesn't know answer, there are people at Facebook who will take your question and answer it personally. And through their personal answers to you, the AI will learn so more people can use this service. So what we see is that instead of buttons, instead of forms, instead of menu items, we are seeing a chat which gives you a lot of options to do stuff. And it's also going to be more used into customer care. So if I have a question for Vodafone or a question for my bank, I can easily start a chat. And behind the chat is a robot, an AI-fueled robot, that's giving me answers. And it's not that far away. This is an example from the US. It works on English language. It will take a while before it's in Dutch available. But this system is quite a big change in the interaction on our phones. So there's a big chance we will be interacting through chat with a lot of different organizations and not only friends and family. And this can be done through IBM Watson. IBM Watson is an AI-based system that can use natural language to communicate between machines and humans. So that's the third thing that we expect from upcoming years on mobile. Not only different ways of content delivery, not only content filtering by smart AI who knows what you like, but the third one, that we will find new ways of interacting with a machine. And a machine can be a phone or an app or different things. So, but what does it mean for our phone if we open it up in, let's say, 2 years? Maybe it's going to look like this. Here's where everything comes together. So I started chatting with a friend. He started to chat, let's go to London for the weekend. Another friend says, yes, let's do so. And I say, okay, Airbnb, show us some rooms. And in the same chat with my friends, Airbnb joins the conversation, understands the chat where we're talking about, understands what we like and what we don't like, and gives us options for sleeping. So I say, we are going this weekend, and Airbnb gives us options for the weekend. After that, I ask, I think TripAdvisor, do you know some good restaurants? And again, the TripAdvisor app is coming to us. It's coming to our chat and it's giving us options for restaurants. And instead of me going to an app and filling in every information, the app is coming to my chat, understanding the language, understanding what I need and who I am, and giving me options and services around me as a person and in the chat. And you can think of this in many, many ways. For example, even with your banking app who tells you how much you're going to spend in London, and if you should want to save some extra money so you have enough money in your pocket when you're going to London. But imagine even this, maybe apps are going to chat in between them without even you taking part into the chat. Why are apps so contained? Why are they not working together? And chat is a great way for apps to communicate and a great way for me to understand what apps are doing in between. Why not? So in this way, we think that mobile will change in the way we use it. Apps will be less of a place where you go to, and the apps will come more to the places where you are, like a chat with your friends. And that is kind of the end of my presentation. So 3 things we see. Content outside the app, like Google Now, streams where all apps are giving the information on the one place, so you don't have to go to every app. AI-fueled smartphones, so the AI of your phone will make it really smart and filter for you the information, maybe even solve your email problem. I have one, I have 7,000 emails in my inbox. And the last one, we will see new ways of interaction, and we expect chat to be one big one, which will have handy features to interact with the AI or with apps. So that's for today. Thank you.